We're in the fourth quarter of the year. It's September, the end of September. First day of fall was Saturday. The winter arc starts now. We're not waiting till December, you know? We're not waiting till it gets cold outside. The hoodie is on now. You know what I'm saying? And look, it's no excuses. It's no time for excuses. I broke my ankle in 3 places. You see this? Yeah, crutches. I just started walking on 2 feet, you know, with a boot. I just started physical therapy, literally 2 weeks ago. All this happened 2 weeks ago. Walking on 2 feet for the first time. I broke my ankle July 13th. I had surgery July 26th. I was on 6 to 8 weeks of non-weight bearing status for my right foot, my right ankle. All right. Now, July 12th was the last day of work that I had. That was a Friday. I weighed in at 323 pounds, the heaviest I've ever been in my life. Okay. I'm not a fat guy for life. I've been fat for some years, for a few years. I broke my ankle the next day on the 13th. And then I was in the hospital for 3 days. We were checking out other things. So during that period in the hospital, those 3 days, I actually fasted fully. I didn't accept, I'm talking about dry fast. So I did have a little bit of water when I had to take a pill, but other than that, no water, no food. I turned down every bit of food in the hospital. So that was like the kickstart of me kind of recalibrating myself. And I'm sure I lost weight in those 3 days. And I came home and I waited to get evaluated for surgery. And I was alternate day fasting. So I would eat one meal in the day and then I wouldn't eat the next day. I kept going. I had no vices. I couldn't go get donuts like I usually do. You know, I couldn't go to Starbucks and get my coffee with my pastry, you know, the bad habits. So I was in a forced state of discipline, all right? And I feel like this is what God wanted me to do. I feel like God really set me down to really figure things out, figure my life out, and really get me going in the right direction, you know, because it caused me to also focus on God, you know, and I just had to do what I had to do, read the Bible. But I was sedentary for those few weeks, for the first 10 days leading up to surgery. You know, I'm laying there with my foot elevated. Had surgery on July 26th, that was a Friday, and they weighed me. They made me stand up on a scale and weighed me. And I was 293 pounds. I was like, whoa, under 300. And I probably hadn't been under 300 pounds in it's been about a year, I would say. Well, not a year since July, but let's say about maybe 7 months since I've been under 300, you know, because I was just reckless this year. It is what it is, reckless. And I was 293, which means I lost 30 pounds in a matter of like 13 days, okay? And now, of course, I'm sure I lost some muscle, things like that. It is what it is, but the journey is the journey. Flip side, I had my surgery, and I just had it in my mind, like, I gotta keep this going, because I can come out of this and be 100 pounds lighter and get to my goal of 220, right? Get to my goal of 220 pounds. It's my first goal, and getting shredded, of course. But I'm like, man, if I can't go to the gym right now, I can only do minimal exercises. I don't have no weights in here. I got 15-pound dumbbells, right, in my room. And so once I was a little more, you know, doctors tell you to get out the bed, don't just lay here. And sometimes I would just lay here because I was getting kind of depressed too, honestly. You know, there were periods it's like my darkest moment, you know, money not coming in. My other channel got demonetized, my basketball channel. And so everything seemed like it was crashing down on me, you know. Like I said, no money from my job because I didn't break my ankle at work. So, you know, trying to get some form of disability payments, and I still haven't gotten it yet. But God has been faithful to me, to a person who hasn't been fully faithful to him. And so I've been making it, you know. Some things I'm not paying, but I've been making it. My kids are good, you know. I still have my house, you know, my cars are still here, my 2 cars. And I pay for everything in the house, you know. I don't have any financial help. My wife does not help me financially, okay? So it's been tough. This is like my version of rock bottom, but I digress. Fast forward to today, you know, I've been going to physical therapy, And I had a period of time in between now, this time now and after surgery, where I kind of was not really falling off the bandwagon necessarily, because I still can't just go and get anything I want, but I was accepting certain bad food. My wife was saying, hey, you want some McDonald's? I'll say yes. And so I was giving in to my weaknesses a little bit. Then I would reel it back in. I would probably fast after that, eat fruit all day. So I didn't fall off the wagon completely. I just, had to recalibrate. So, but then I started thinking like, man, I'm healing pretty fast and I'll be going back to work soon. And God set me down for a reason. And I don't want that reason to go in vain. And I don't want to come out of here in worse condition than when I got in here in this position, And so I've just been thinking like, man, what do I got to do, right? So I'm back here making content, and I know I got to do it consistently. I am back on my diet completely. I'm down about almost 40 pounds. So I'm like 285 right now, 285, so that's 38 pounds. And it feels good that I'm down that low, but I feel like I should have been down lower at this point, just based off how I started. But had to recalibrate once again. So here we are, the winter arc. During this time of me being without my job and things like that, and not being able to cut hair, and everything I do to make money, right? And I make a pretty good amount of money technically, right? But my life wasn't set up financially, I don't have a savings, full disclosure, So I've been careless with my money, and it was a hard pill to swallow. Had to start really thinking about how not to let something like this happen to me again. What do I have to do going forward to make sure I'm the solid foundation and rock of my family completely, right? So, I got business ideas that I've already had, and I'm like, I got to execute. Consistency, execution, discipline. It's the only way you can win. That's the only way luck will find you, right? So you got to really think about it. And I'm on that journey now. It's a perfect time. I just started like, man, I did 200 push-ups 2 nights ago, right? Now, full disclosure, I'm doing knee push-ups because I can't fully use both feet completely, but I'm just doing that right now to kind of build myself up. So that's why I'm doing a lot of reps, so that once I'm able to fully do regular push-ups on both feet, I can have a, head start with the strength and get back to, doing what I'm supposed to do. I've been doing dips, from a bench, doing dips and just repping out, using my dumbbells, doing lateral raises and bicep curls. Everything I can do to build my body up as much as I can in the situation I'm in until I get back to the gym, until I get back to full form. And while I'm doing physical therapy, because in physical therapy, I'm, riding the bike, doing certain exercises to get myself together. I got one leg, my right leg is smaller than my left leg because of the loss of muscle and inactivity, but it's, I'm getting back. But it's time to really just put up and shut up and take massive action and go for my goals and do what I gotta do, right? So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. It's who I am. I've been going over my strength and conditioning course to, when I come up out of this and I'm back in rare form, and I'm shredding the weight down. I'm starting my coaching program, clothing line, be back right. I'm just coming back to full form, man, and the time is now. I just want to really show myself that I can be a man of discipline, because I've had periods of time in my life where I'm being super disciplined about certain things, and I don't want to lose that essence in me, and it's really just all mental. Everything is mental. The reason, why people are rich, it's mental, the mindset, the work ethic, the habits. When you stack good habits on top of each other, everything happens for you the right way. It's just the laws of nature, and the spiritual discipline really is the most important thing. So being more spiritually disciplined, being healthy, trying to eat right as much as possible, eating whole foods, and I'm really trying to graduate to being a fruitarian where I only eat fruit slowly but surely. That's my goal. So I'm just telling you, man, like anybody that's ready to lock in, let's lock in. I'm gonna start a school community soon that will show my workouts and give you some insight on the process, mindset coaching, all of that, right? As I show and prove how good habits can change you for the better, okay? But let's lock in for this winter. Let's lock in this fall and get right now. Let's get right now, Don't wait till the winter really is here. Like, get right now. Because the summer body that you want next year is loaded. You got to get on it now if you really want them real results. I plan to be fully shredded and ripped, by next summer for sure. Like, and my money and my income and my debt to income ratio, everything got to be better. But it takes planning, it takes strategy, grit, determination. It's time we do that. So hop on board. All right? It's your boy Carl Anthony. It's time to be men out here. No more weaknesses. All right? All that stuff that's keeping you back, holding you back, the dopamine rushes that you think you need that's on your phone, and you know what I'm saying? Food, all of that. It's a time and place for everything. All right? But let's get this money, literally and figuratively. All right? Peace.